Hello everyone, welcome to LBS IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss history MCQs based on previous year UPSC questions. So let's start our session. Our first question is,
with reference to the history of India, the terms kulyavapa and dronavapa denote. Options are measurement of land, coins of different monetary value, classification of urban land, religious rituals. The answer to this question is option A, measurement of land. Text and inscriptions during Gupta period mention various land measure terms. Different land measures were known in different regions such as Nivartana, kulyavapa and dronavapa. So here answer to this question is option A, measurement of land. With reference to the period of Gupta dynasty in ancient India, the towns Gandasala, Kadura and Chol were well known as. Options are ports handling foreign trade, capitals of powerful kingdoms, places of exquisite stone art and architecture, important Buddhist pilgrimage centers. Here answer to this question is option A, ports handling foreign trade. The wealth of Roman Empire reached India through the ports of Kalyan, Chol, Broch and Campe in western India. Chol was one of the ports in Gupta dynasty. So here answer to this question is option A, ports handling foreign trade. Who among the following rulers advised his subjects through this inscription? Whosoever praises his religious sector, blames other sects out of excessive devotion to his own sect, with a view of glorifying his own sect, he rather injures his own sect very severely. Options are Ashoka, Samudragupta, Harshavardhana, Krishnadevaraya. The answer to this question is option A, Ashoka. Ashoka has been credited with the propagation of stance of Buddhist sect. Ashoka Dharmas did not involve any worship to God or sacrifices, and he thought that his duty towards his subjects was like that of a father towards his son. Ashoka's edicts and inscriptions contain instructions on religious matters, especially Buddhism and rules for conduct of bishops. So her answer to this question is option A, Ashoka.
with reference to history of India, Ulgulan or the Great Tumult is the description of which of the following events? Options are the Revolt of 1857, the Mapla Rebellion of 1921, Indigo Revolt of 1859, Birsa Munda's Revolt of 1899. Here answer to this question is option D, Birsa Munda's Revolt of 1899. Also known as Dharti Aba, Birsa Munda is known to have mobilized the tribal community against the British and had also forced the colonial officials to introduce laws protecting the land rights of the tribals. Munda Rebellion is one of the most important tribal movements. It was led by Birsa Munda in the South Ranchi in 1899 to 1900. The Ulgulan or the Great Tumult, as the movement came to be called, aimed at establishing Munda Raj by driving out the British. The land policies of the British were destroying their traditional land system. Hindu landlords and moneylenders were taking over their land. Missionaries were criticizing their traditional culture. These were the causes of this Munda rebellion. So her answer to this question is option D. With reference to the history of India, consider the following pairs. Orang in charge of treasury of the state, that is incorrect. Banian, Indian agent of the East India Company, that is correct. Mirasidar, designated revenue payer to the state, that is correct. Which of the pairs given above is or are correctly matched? Here answer to this question is option B. 2 and 3 are correct. Orang was a Persian term referred to as a warehouse. Hence pair 1 is not correct. The term Banian means merchant. Banian was engaged by an individual Western merchant or a firm to work for them as a broker, interpreter and an agent. Hence pair 2 is correct. Under the Eurotwari settlement system, the government recognized Mirasidars as the sole proprietors of land. They acted as a designated revenue payer to the state. Hence pair 3 is correct. So her answer to this question is option B. 2 and 3 are correct. Which of the following statements correctly explains the impact of Industrial Revolution on India during the first half of the 19th century? Options are Indian handicrafts were ruined, that is correct. Machines were introduced in the Indian textiles industry in large numbers, that is incorrect. Railway lines were laid in many parts of the country, that is incorrect. Heavy duties were imposed on the imports of British manufacturers, that is incorrect. So her answer to this question is option A, Indian handicrafts were ruined. The Industrial Revolution in England affected India in many ways. Indian textiles had to face stiff competition from English textiles in the European market. Heavy duties were imposed on imported Indian textiles in Britain. Britain started producing machine-made goods and textiles that were much cheaper than Indian goods. They were also often better in quality. Indian handicrafts slowly died because they could not compete against the cheaper products from Britain that they were flooding in the Indian markets. Hence, option 1 is correct. So, her answer to this question is option A. In the context of Indian history, the Ratmabhai case of 1884 revolves around options are women's right to gain an education, age of consent, restitution of conjugal rights. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here, answer to this question is option B. 2 and 3 are correct. That is, age of consent and restitution of conjugal rights. Rukmabai is remembered for being one of the earliest Indian women physicians. She was involved in a remarkable legal case surrounding her child marriage, followed by a new enactment. So, women's right to gain an education is not related to this case, hence option B is correct. Also, in British India, education of women was emphasized in 1854 Wood's Dispatch. So, option 1 can be eliminated. So, Mabai case is related to age of consent and restitution of conjugal rights. Hence, the answer is option B. 2 and 3 are correct. Indigo cultivation in India declined by the beginning of 20th century because of options are peasant resistance to the oppressive conduct of planters, its unprofitability in the world market because of new inventions, national leaders' opposition to the cultivation of indigo, government control over the planters. Here, answer to this question is option B. Its unprofitability in the world market because of new inventions. Indigo was often referred to as blue gold because of its high value as a trading commodity. The demand for indigo increased considerably during the industrialization in Britain. But in 1897, German company BASF, now it's a multinational chemical company, started the production of synthetic indigo. Soon, many companies came up with their improved version of chemical colors, and this led to the fall of indigo cultivation in India. Many farmers in India were left with tons of indigo, along with the debt, and no one was willing to buy it. Hence, indigo cultivation in India declined by the beginning of 20th century because of its unprofitability in the world market because of new inventions. So, her answer to this question is option B. Wellesley established the Fort William College at Calcutta because of options are he was asked by the board of directors at London to do so. He wanted to revive interest in Oriental learning in India. He wanted to provide William Carey and his associates with employment. He wanted to train British civilians for administrative purposes in India. The answer to this question is option D. Lord Richard Wellesley established the Fort William College at Calcutta to train civil and military officials of East India Company. British officials were taught Indian languages and culture of people of India for better administrative over them. So, her answer to this question is option D. The Vidal Vidwansa, the first monthly journal to have untouchable people as its target audience, was published by options are Gopal Baba Valankar, Jyotiba Phule, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Here, answer to this question is option A, Gopal Baba Valankar. Gopal Baba Valankar is an early example of an activist working to release the untouchable people of India from their historic socio-economic oppression and is generally considered to be the pioneer of that movement. He developed a racial theory to explain the oppression and also published the first journal targeted at the untouchable people. In 1888, Valankar began publishing the monthly journal titled Vidal Vidwansar, that is, Destroyer of Brahmanical or Ceremonial Pollution, which was first monthly journal to have the untouchable people as its target audience. So here answer to this question is option A, Gopal Baba Valankar. With reference to the book Desha Kada, written by Sakharam Ganesh Desha during the freedom struggle, consider the following statements. Statements are, it warned against the colonial state's hypnotic conquest of the mind, that is correct. It inspired the performance of Swadeshi street plays and folk songs, that is correct. The use of Desh by Deshkar was in the specific context of region of Bengal, that is incorrect. Which of the statements given above are correct? Here, answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Sakharam Ganesh Desha, a close associate of Sri Aurobindo, published the book entitled Desha Kada. The book described in exhaustive details of British commercial and industrial exploitation of India. The then government of Bengal banned the book and confiscated all the copies. This book had an immense repercussion in Bengal, captured the mind of young Bengal and assisted more than anything else in the preparation of Swadeshi movement. Hence, statement 1 and 2 are correct. In this book, Deshkar uses Desh in the context of the whole country. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. So, here answer to this question is option A, statement 1 and 2 are correct.